Back in Kevin's basement, Ingram Kevin McAlpin, and we're here to talk about a trade that took place about an hour ago. And if you're listening to our Braves Clubhouse report on 680 The Fan, you heard the news. If you have not heard by now, you've been under a rock. I'm sure you caught the news by now. But the Braves have made a trade with the Seattle Mariners to send Mallex Smith and Shae Simmons to Seattle. In return, the Braves get a couple of minor league left-handers, Luiz Gohara, a 20-year-old out of Brazil, who had not advanced beyond low A ball, if I'm not mistaken. And then Thomas Burrows, who just experienced his first professional season this past year. He was at the University of Alabama, drafted in the 4th round of the draft, and was in the Northwest League a year ago. So Gohara, the number 5 prospect out of the Mariners organization. I'm sure he'll grade significantly lower in the Braves organization, given all the great pitching depth the Braves have. And then Thomas Burrows, who is the number 25 prospect in the Mariners organization, relief pitcher to this point in his career. So right off the bat, Kevin, your initial thoughts on that trade?
I can't say that I'm surprised to see Mallex Smith on the move. It's something we talked about. If you didn't hear our show a little while ago on 680 The Fan, obviously, Mallex Smith, not a whole lot of playing time for him. He's coming off that injury and a winter ball that didn't go as well as he had hoped for. Obviously, Shae Simmons has dealt with some injuries the last couple of years. He had the Tommy John and then some setbacks with some elbow and shoulder issues. So a big question mark if Shae Simmons could stay healthy. But again, I think obviously the big part of this trade is, of course, Mallex Smith. And really, with the outfield of Matt Kemp under contract for 3 years, Ender Inciarte signing a 5-year extension to stay here in Atlanta, and Nick Markakis under contract for 2 more years, really Inciarte and Mallex Smith are very similar type players, really nowhere for him to play. So this is an opportunity, hopefully, for Mallex to get some more regular playing time, whether it's in Seattle or whether it's elsewhere, as the Mariners may end up flipping him.
Yeah, well, those 2 guys the Braves sent out, I will say that I'm not shocked at all on the Shae Simmons deal. Right. You mentioned his inability to remain healthy. I hate that because there was a time where people were, out of lack of creativeness, I guess you could say, calling him Baby Kimbrel. Yeah, he throws hard, and I get it, but had a very good arm for a while, and maybe he bounces back and regains something similar to what he showed us before his Tommy John injury. I completely understand that aspect of the trade. I would slightly differ from you in the Mallex Smith situation, where I was a little bit surprised. And the reason surprise came to mind, I thought that he was going to go to AAA and just let him cook there for a while. Winter ball statistics, not very good. Coming off the injury a year ago, I felt like this was a good opportunity for him to go to AAA and just sit there and look. There are no guarantees that Kemp, Inciarte, and Markakis are going to be a healthy bunch for 162 days. And as soon as one of those guys goes down, you got a guy that you can bring back up who has had major league time, who has major league experience. That's what I thought the plan was for him. However, if you're John Coppolella and a team calls you about a guy like Mallex Smith and offers up what the Mariners offered up, without question, you entertain what that would look like. And I think the Braves are extremely high on Gohara, obviously high on Burrows. We'll see how those guys pan out, one being a starter, one being a reliever. But I think the big piece in this deal for the Braves, obviously Mallex Smith, and I think the big piece in this deal coming to the Braves is Gohara. Because stuff-wise, you can read the reports. We have. Everything that has been written about him looks extremely attractive. Yeah. I've not laid eyes on him. I don't know, unless you have actually watched this guy pitch, how you know exactly what to expect or what he's going to rank in the farm system or whatever. I want to see him first, and we'll get the opportunity to do that in about a month or so when we get down to spring training. But those are the 2 names, and we were talking about this during the show today, where Mallex Smith may be on the move again, because it seems like Jerry Dipoto might continue to keep the wheels turning, and that could send Mallex Smith somewhere else. Yeah,
our buddy Jerry Krasnick said that Dipoto may not be done. They're actually maybe working on another move that could involve Mallex Smith going elsewhere. So the Mariners have been busy. They've got a lot of pieces in their outfield as well. So I don't even know if Mallex was guaranteed a spot on the 25-man roster.
Right.
He likely would have started at AAA for the Mariners as well. Again, we'll see if he's on the move. I think going back to the 2 pitchers, though, that the Braves acquired, John Coppolella has been pretty consistent in these trades that he's made over the last couple years, trying to find young arms with high upside, with not a lot of mileage on them. And I think that's why you continue to see pitchers that have been in A-ball, high A-ball, maybe double A-ball, that the Braves are going out and stocking up on, because these guys don't have the wear and tear. They're fresher arms. They're more healthy. And I think that's a really big reason why they continue to go out and find guys like they just acquired in this trade.
They found a guy from a country that we're not used to seeing baseball players come from. That's Brazil. We get them all the time from Venezuela and Colombia and all sorts of other places. It's typically the soccer players in Brazil that you see coming from that country. But a baseball player, a left-handed pitcher, and we're excited about the deal and an opportunity for us to see those guys, 2 new guys that we'll see at spring training down in Orlando in a little bit more than a month. So those are our thoughts about this trade. We're excited about it. Best of luck to Mallex Smith and Shae Simmons as they move on to the Mariners organization, and if they go somewhere else beyond that, best of luck as well. And we'll see what the Braves have in these 2 young left-handers that they're able to acquire. So those are our thoughts on the trade. And once we get down to spring training, you definitely want to find us as much as possible. We'll be on every Wednesday with the Braves Clubhouse Report, 2:30 to 3. We will consistently have more video podcasts like you're watching right now on 680thefan.com. And once Kevin and I are down in Florida, we'll have a lot more than just commentary. We'll be able to show you some of these guys, interview some of these guys, and give you a first-hand look as to what's happening down in Florida as we get ready for another season. So until then, find us at 680thefan.com or on Twitter at Kevin McAlpin, at Ingram Radio. That's Kevin. I'm Ben. We'll talk to you later.